Hello, hello, hello! Hello, alien! Hello, everybody! Welcome. It is time to play Rave Racer, the forgotten game. The game that I could not get to run. Let's go! Hi! Well, I was supposed to play this a few weeks ago, but I couldn't. And now I have a slightly different setup, and I can! So we're going to play it. This is a particularly rare Ridge Racer game that did not have any kind of home port whatsoever. It was arcade only, and it stayed that way ever since. It still never had a port. This one is kind of like a Ridge Racer 2.5, I would say. It's kind of it's not quite let's see, it's not quite a brand new game, but it has some new stuff. So let's check it out. What do you say? It is, of course, running on new hardware. That is the main takeaway from this. This runs on the Namco System 22 hardware, which I believe ran things like Tekken 3 and whatnot back in the day. And this was essentially showing what this new hardware could do when given old stuff, aka Ridge Racer 1 and 2. So it has stages from those two, some new cars, some new music, lots of stuff. So, let's get in there and check it out. Let's go right now. Alright, here we are. I've appeared. Very good, very good. You just turn around. Cool. Let me turn the sound on. Okay, this should be alright. So this is the game. This is the demo sequence we're looking at here. Very 90s. Lots of flashing. So, as this is an arcade game that I'll be playing on the MAME emulator, there may be a stutter here and there, but for the most part it should be smooth, since I've got some new hardware now. Now this one is peculiar for a number of reasons, but one of them is that the girl you see here, the mascot, if you will, the idol, because each Ridge Racer always has an idol associated with it. Reiko is the most famous, who of course appears in the next game, in Rage Racer, and in Type 4, and all over the place. I think in the PSP games as well. This one is exclusive to this game. She has a cool skull necklace and a kind of gothic look, and short hair. She only appears in this game, and she doesn't even have a name. People at Namco forgot her name. That tells you how obscure this game is. The developers have been asked, and they say she had a name during development, but has been forgotten. So, we're going to do some high-speed drifting with our mystery waifu. Let's get to it. So we'll start with automatic, just to try and get to grips with the gameplay. As you can see, we have Ridge Racer Short, City, Ridge Racer Long, and Mountain. City and Mountain are new, Ridge Racer Short and Long are old. They're sort of remade tracks. We'll start with City, seeing as that's where the cursor starts. Alright, let's go. Okay, so as you can see, this game is quite good looking. And runs on an entirely new engine. Compared to the first two. So essentially you're just seeing, you know, Ridge Racer stages, but a little less pixelated on this new beefy hardware. I believe was essentially a souped up PS1, I think, that could just do a slightly higher resolution and all that. What else ran on it? Tekken 3 I've mentioned, and I think Time Crisis as well. And a couple things. A couple other things. Ah, nice. Excellent. Sounds fun. Hopefully, the PC will run smoothly after the transplant. That stuff can be very finicky. Sounds like a fun time, man. Just gonna be an average Sunday for me, I think. With a bit of streaming, I suppose. Okay, let's go. So, what was I on about? Right, so the technical side of this game obviously is quite a step up from the first two, and basically Rave Racer, which I've played before, does adapt a lot of the stuff from this game. Like I think the city and mountain stages are adapted into that, but yeah, it's kind of just a weird in-between game. Nice. I see. That makes sense. Yeah, I haven't got a new computer just yet, but I did get a new laptop, which is what I'm running this off of. It's my sort of jerry-rigged setup to run games that are a little harder to emulate, so I don't completely drain my PC. It seemed like the best thing to do, considering PC parts are kind of going at a premium right now. I'm just giving my PC less work to do. All right, that should be okay. Yep. Final lap is now 6th place. We could maybe get a little higher. Hello, Lapis. Good to see you. Woo woo. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Cool. Over the hump and do a big drift here. Ah, we ran out of time. Oh, no, we made it. Just barely. I let go of the gas inadvertently. Good. Glad everybody's having a chill day. As am I. I'm hoping to get a little better at this game. Although I did just start, so let's hope that my my skill ceiling will not be quite this low. Okay, so I messed that one up, mainly because I stopped like a complete idiot in the middle of the race. We're going to do a little better next time, hopefully. So, as I was saying, this is a kind of a souped-up version of the first two Ridge Racers that has a couple bits from each of them. Let's do manual this time, and we'll go for the short course, the Ridge Racer Short. Let's do it. Oh, I stalled a little bit. We're okay. So I'm controlling this once again with the Namco Negcon. I managed to get it working with main just about. It's not quite as like good feeling as it is on a PS1, but it's okay. It's certainly better than trying to map this to a keyboard, which is obviously a complete nightmare. So hopefully I can catch up here. But yes, this is definitely a very curious game. It sort of came in a weird time in Namco where a lot of people had actually gone to Sega. So there was a mass exodus at some point of people that worked on the first two Ridge Racers. They all went to Sega around the time of the first Sega Rally, so exactly when this came out essentially. That is 1995. So this game is sort of it recycles a lot of stuff from the first two, I think out of necessity because they were short of staff. And it's just essentially a showcase of the new engine and the new hardware. So hopefully it'll be a fun little showcase to play through. I always just wanted to look at it because it was such an oddity, you know, this weird game that has never had a port to anything. And the music's quite good. Well, of course it is. The music's another curious issue because the musicians that worked on the first two Ridge Racers didn't come back for this one. So it was what was it, Sandog and what's the other one? There's a bunch of essentially rave musicians and the like that sort of gave the first two games their very specific sound, and the sound kind of started to change around this time. So I think they may have worked a little bit on this one, but after this, on Rage Racer onwards, it kind of went into more of a jazz sound, going into Type 4 and stuff like that. So yeah, real interesting transitional game. Alright, so I'm going to have to get good at this. Have another sip here. We'll insert some more money. So you can select your soundtrack here. I'll have Blue Topaz, whatever that is. Let's try the short course again. I tried really hard not to stall that time, but I did the opposite. I just didn't move at all. You could see my revs there. I was trying. It didn't quite pan out. Back on automatic for this one, so let's hope I can breeze it. So the drifting does feel a bit better than the first two. The new engine is definitely an improvement, and obviously carries over to the later Ridge Racers where drifting actually starts to feel quite intuitive. So it's good here. Not as good as it gets, but does feel a lot better than the first two. Doesn't have that twitchiness that kind of leads you to get stuck into it. When I was playing the first two Ridge Racers, the main thing that always happened to me was I'd just get stuck in this drift loop that would never end, you know? I'd just drift one way and then drift the other. And that hasn't happened for me at all yet in my testing of this so far. That could just be a PS1 specific issue, and, you know, the trouble of trying to map digital controls to the whole thing. But yeah, it's I can see the improvements, both in graphical capabilities and certainly gameplay as well. Cool. Alright, so let's take a little turn here. At least we're keeping up with the pack a bit better this time. So we're slowly but surely getting to grips with the gameplay here. Do a drift. So of course my slot for today at this very early time of 6 PM, which is incredibly early for me. Not something I'm used to. This was originally going to be my collaboration with the superhero, Power Nelson, but that has been pushed forward to Wednesday. So I'm just filling this slot now with a chill playthrough of this. And I may do something for my 9 PM slot later. I'll see how I feel. If I have the energy, I may throw something on. But yes, it's bizarre because I did actually start as a streamer 2-3 months ago, whatever it was, and I started at basically the same slot. And from the feedback I got, like, a lot of people that wanted to watch me were just asleep. So they hadn't got up yet, or they were at work or whatever, and it was just a pretty bad fit. So I ended up settling on the 9 PM, and it's been pretty much smooth sailing since then. 9 PM has really worked out quite well for me, and continues to do so. So it is weird being back at the 6 PM. But nevertheless, I thought I'd do it anyway because I did advertise that I'd be in this slot, and I will be in this slot. It just may not be exactly what was advertised in this case. Okay, little drift. So yeah, the drifts feel good. They feel real good. Right. Oh, look at that. Finish line was right there. Ah, we're getting there. I have not gotten good at this yet, but we will. Okay. Let's go again. You know what? We'll do manual because we need some extra speed. We're going to do it how we've done every Ridge Racer up to this point. We're just going to go through each stage. Indeed, 90s pixels, yes. You gotta love it. Dude, if you want 90s pixels, look at the first two Ridge Racers. This is positively smooth compared to those. It is. You have many of those which pixel is my car moments. I was hoping with manual I could maybe get a bit more speed, so I'll try and keep my downshifting relatively smart here. Okay. Where are the pack gone? It can't be too far ahead of me. Oh, a little tap there, no big problem. It's weird, like, thinking about arcade hardware versus home hardware at the time, because this is the same year that the first Ridge Racer came out at home, you know, on the PlayStation. So while in the arcades you were actually getting something that was a fair deal ahead of, you know, what was happening on the PlayStation, but nevertheless, the Ridge Racer port that came out for the PS1 that year was celebrated as being quite arcade accurate. But in reality, the arcade was already lapping it that exact same time, with considerably less pixelated games. But still pretty pixelated. I mean, it's still 1995, but they did pretty good stuff. Namco were a very good team back in the day. Cool, cool, cool. I'll be sure to check out some of the other stages momentarily. I just want to get a finishing position in this one. Hopefully a position that isn't 10th. I do find that playing arcade games as well, in their native arcade mode, the difficulty does tend to be a little harder compared to home games, which I think are nerfed a little bit in terms of difficulty. As I've said many times, I think it's that mentality of squeezing every quarter out of people, or every pound, every pence, whatever you want to call it. And this is definitely one of those games. And there is the time limit once again. Damn, we have not progressed very much in this one. So, you may have noticed, there's something missing from this game that other Ridge Racers have, and that's car select. There is no car select in this game. It just throws you straight in with whatever car it defaults to. And the reason for that is the game, the car select is actually controlled from the operator settings, of all things. So the dip switches and stuff like that. And the reason for that is this game was essentially aimed at arcades that wanted to sort of pair together a bunch of machines at once, you know? So I think this one you could do about 8 in a row, and then each machine would obviously have a different car. That was the concept. And because of that, the game has no conventional car select, bizarrely enough. But we can select a new car by doing this. There we go. So, if we just go to game options, we should be able to change our red car for something else. We can have this cool green car, and of course, because this is a Namco game, we are getting advertisements on each car. So, Dragon Spirit, for instance, and Cyber Sled? Cyber Cycles? Interesting. What does that say? Dragon Buster, I believe. That's just a generic System 22, just telling you about the new hardware, I guess. Air Combat, so that's what did it go on to be called? That is obviously that very famous series, and this red one is of course the Rave Racer car by default. I can't read that. Pa 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 is all I'm seeing. Let's play as this one. Why the hell not? So there's a difficulty thing here as well, though I haven't been able to get it to actually do anything. But I guess we can try and make it a little easier. Let's go for F maybe, assuming that we're going for like grades at school here. And let's turn off service mode and get back into the game. Alright, we'll stick with automatic. Let's see. Go for that. Alright, we'll try the short course one more time. It's got to be doable. Oh, it's a Galaxian car. I see, I see. Project Dragoon. Interesting, interesting. Well, let's see how he performs. Oh boy. Gonna try and crash a little less, if such a thing can be done. Of course, the issue with emulating these arcade games is that the controls are never 100% perfect, because you just end up moving sliders and whatnot to try and get your best guess at what the exact controls would be. And obviously I'm not even playing on a traditional wheel, so it is nevertheless as good as I can get it. Right, that was alright. Yep, let's get in front, let's get in front. Of course you hear the commentary from this. I assume that is the new girl, that it has no name. And that voice never turned up in another game either, so she officially got the boot, whoever the new girl was. Oh, almost. If I hadn't tapped the wall there, we could have made it. Okay, come on, catch up with this dude. Too many of these crashes and I will no doubt be in trouble. Alright, come on, come on. Cool. And a drift. I always tap the corner on the end there. Damn shame. Okay, come on, come on. I love the samples in these Ridge Racer songs. This laughing dude, assuming it's a dude, I don't know. That one's also in Rayman, I think, as some of the enemies. They'll just go like that. You notice that in a lot of these old racing games, the sample packs that everybody has are clearly all the same ones. Okay, let's get in front of this guy. Do we still have time? It's here, it's here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. No, we're not going to make it. Ah, just short. I'm liking this car though. I was eventually getting to grips with it there. Let's give the Galaxian car one more spin, I'd say. I love how the camera starts right on her butt. Like it knows what you want to see. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go Ridge Racer short one more time. I just want to finish. He tells me it's a great start, but I'm still way behind everybody. I don't know how you can get a greater start. Okay, okay. Man. My car's having some really bad trouble here. I don't know if it was the hills or what. It was just going down gear very fast there. Alright, here we go. There we go. Give the corner the same old tap with my butt. Sometimes the controls in this do go a bit weird in the emulated version anyway. Like sometimes the gas will just come off for no particular reason. I think it's just something to do with, you know, how it's reading the Negcon, because it's obviously not a traditional controller. I have it attached to a PS1 controller adapter that has obviously a Negcon mode and all that, but it's still, you know, not going to work perfectly with everything. It's just a little too weird, you know. Okay, okay, come on, come on. Next up on the Ridge Racer list will of course be Ridge Racer Type 4, as we are going sequentially, and I'm really looking forward to playing that one because I actually don't suck at it. That's like the one I've always played, so I'm looking forward to that before long. front of the pink car. Alright, is there enough time to make whatever this next checkpoint is? Oh, not quite. I have a temptation to try it one more time, but I won't. I'll try the next stage. I like the car. I don't know. I want to try maybe some other cars, but not right now. Let's see how this car fares with the next. I don't know. Automatic's been faring a little better for me, so I guess I'll continue with that for now. All right. Yes, we'll do City for now. Bit of variation, never hurt nobody. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I get the feeling like, in general, the controls just aren't quite on par with the arcade game, because I no matter how I configure it, I never seem to be able to keep up with these guys like at the start. I'm always playing catch up. And I don't remember the Ridge Racer arcade games being like that. I used to be able to get a little bit of a rolling start going, but that's okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so we're at least catching up a little bit early, so let's try and keep it up. Hopefully the stage won't be too insane. Here's a drift. Okay, not too bad. As you can see, the emulator has a little glitch there where it shows you the car through the wall. Other than that, it seems graphically pretty accurate, but yeah, that is pretty obvious. I imagine that wasn't in the real deal. I think I played this one at least a couple times back in the day, but like this was a rare one. In arcades around here, you got Ridge Racer 2 generally. If you didn't get Ridge Racer 2, you got Ridge Racer 1. You very, very rarely saw Rave Racer out there in the wild, but I'm sure it was. This was, of course, just sold as an upgrade kit for people that did have Ridge Racers 1 or 2, so it was a very easy installation process, similar to, you know, upgrading Pac-Man with Super Pac-Man or something, or Miss Pac-Man. There really wasn't much to it, and you can see why, because like it runs on upgraded hardware, but obviously shares assets, so it's a pretty cool idea. Oh my goodness. Are we going to make it? We're kind of real close here. Yep. Perfect. Alright, come on guys. Get out of my way. Let me actually finish. Okay, okay. What the? Oh man. It gets kind of confusing to look at when it starts glitching out like that. Or you see a floating cars. Time is up on that one. I'm thinking let's try a different car. What a convoluted process. Alright, so let's go here. Okay. We'll have... We haven't had blue yet. Let's see, so we started with the red. This is the default car. Like the very default car. I'd already changed to the red because I didn't like how this one drived at all, but we could try it. Maybe it'll fare a little better this time, now that I've played for a little while. And it's kind of boring. I'd say let's go for Dragon Spirit car. I want to keep trying new cars until we get this just right. Also, the difficulty is currently at F. Let's move it to G. I assume this is getting easier and not harder. I have no idea. This is kind of a weird system. But yeah, let's see if I can beat things by just constantly adjusting values. That's the way to do it. Okay. Let's see, what haven't we heard yet? EX notes? We've heard Rotten. Kamikaze? Let's have that. Alright. City stage again. Let's go. How did I stall there? I thought that was a fine amount of rev to have on. Must be a powerful car. The Xevious car, of course. All the Namco classics represented here. Okay, come on, come on. Alright, so let's see. Oh man, this is it's kind of chugging, this one. My laptop might be giving up in real time here. Right, so, let's see. Oh yes, I see a nice Dig Dug billboard there. This one doesn't seem to have a Dig Dug car though, which is a shame, because the first two Ridge Racers do. Oh, Hell Dog is the other name of this car. So as you can hear, the rave sound is very much still in effect here. Although it gets replaced with more of a rock sound after this, and for Rage Racer, sort of hard techno and stuff like that, and then kind of a free jazz sound for Type 4. That's being a little vague about it though. Like obviously they're all pretty varied. Okay, there we go. So let's go. Yeah, I think so, Shanna. Welcome. The graphics are very insane. You know what it is really is MAME is just kind of such a weird emulator because it uses basically no hardware acceleration at all. It's all processor, and the developers refuse to change it, you know. This is just how it's going to be. And that means that you essentially have to have a NASA supercomputer to run a game from 1995 without any stuttering whatsoever. So yes, the insane graphics are indeed taking their toll. Come on. Keep it up. Alright, so, yeah, like, bizarrely, there is another emulator for this game called Viva Nono, which is a really old one. Last updated in 2002. Just short of the checkpoint again. They are surprisingly demanding, yeah. It's like I suppose an emulator is kind of doing twice as much work as if you were, you know, doing it natively, and that is part of the problem. MAME does not take any shortcuts whatsoever. It's just an absolute beast, and unfortunately that means you need an absolute beast of a computer to run it. And like, this runs okay, this is playable, but it's not 100% perfect, you know. And I can run it 100% perfectly on an old emulator, which I was just talking about, called Viva Nono, which is by a French team that ran this and I think the first two Ridge Racers. And let's try short again. And that one worked okay, and I was able to capture it okay from the laptop. But oh, I started okay that time. Not too bad. And he gave me a compliment. That's good. But the problem with that one is I couldn't get my controller to work with it at all. It has very, very bad controller setups. It's one of those emulators that requires you to edit a .ini file to set the controls. And that is great because instead of pressing a button and, you know, mapping an input, you have to figure out what the specific code is for a controller and a controller input. So after much wrestling with that, I got it to register about 2 of my buttons on my controller, but I could not get it to recognize the brake at all. And you cannot play Ridge Racer without a brake, so that was the end of that. Although that emulator is probably better if you just want to play it on a cheap PC, if you can track it down. The only problem is it has absolutely awful controller support, and you're probably going to have to play it for keyboard, which is still enjoyable enough, but not great. But yes, MAME supports a few 3D games, and they all run like shit, so that's how it goes. Okay, come on, come on. Oh man, I'm nudging the corner too much here. I do remember back in like back in the early 2000s when I first got into emulation and all that, the 3D games in MAME just ran at like 1 FPS. It was so bad. They at least run now. They don't run perfectly, but I do remember a long time there where you just couldn't run these things at all. They were on the list, but for what purpose? Nobody knows. It's like I remember seeing like games that ran on essentially like PS2 hardware, like Ridge Racer 5 and stuff like that, being on the list, like, you know, 15 years ago. And they're still on the list, and they don't play, of course. They'll never play, probably. But, you know, they're still there. For a long time, I think this game and the others were on the list and not necessarily playable, but they're at least playable now on modern hardware. But you have to have an absolute beefmeister of a PC to play them flawlessly, and that's okay. They play well enough. I can't be too harsh on them. It's great that you can even play this particularly rare game at all. But oh man, so annoying. I need to do something about this time limit. It never seems to give me enough time. You heard the girl there being like, oh, you're home free. The finish line is right there. No. Alright, so there's alright, so let's go back into the service menu one more time. We are not really playing this one fair and square. Safe to say. So we've checked out the Dragon Spirit car. How about the yellow car? The yellow cars have traditionally fared quite well for us on Ridge Racer games. This is the Cyber Sled car. Let's move difficulty to a H. I assume this is the easiest and not the hardest. In fact, let's move it to an A. If this is the hardest, then we'll know for sure, because I've just been having my lunch eaten over and over again so far. We need to find some setup where I can actually play this thing. It's not so much the difficulty of catching up with the racers. That seems fine. It's just the time limit. If there was just some way to adjust that, that'd be fine. But hey, gotta get more quarters. Gotta get that money. There we have it. Okay, let's go, let's go. We are officially in the Cyber Sled car. What's next? What's next? How about Taz Mission by Sandog. I'm going to be just another victim right now. Oh, not too bad a start. Not my worst. Let's see how the yellow car fares. I wonder what that cute game was in the screen there. Looked a bit like Dig Dug 2 maybe? Or Mappy? Hopping Mappy, I think is the one, where he jumps on the trampoline. I think it was Hopping Mappy. Always lots of Namco fan service in these games. Gotta respect that. Okay. I like these sprites of people just hanging out at the beach. It's a shame you can't mow them down. Oh, my drift didn't quite activate at all there. That's a shame. We're still okay though. This guy handles damage pretty well, so that's a relief. I have no idea if this is on the hardest or the easiest difficulty, so I guess we'll find out together.
Don't give up. Keep on it.
Mow them down, yeah. Can you imagine? Of course, I wouldn't do that in real life, but you know, I've been known to do a thing or two like that in a video game. Be Carmageddon all over again. Okay, yeah, there we go. Did a decent drift and still hit the wall, but it's okay. I still hit the corner. We are catching up somehow, despite our mistakes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. In front of him. Nice. And drift. Okay, okay. Checkpoint. Alright, final lap time. Just try and not make any colossal mistakes, so we might actually be able to finish this time. Come on, come on, come on. In front of Mr. Pink. Okay, okay, okay. Come on, come on. Oh man. There's always a corner in Rave Racer games, I found. There's always one corner that I just do the same thing over and over again. It's tradition. And because this is reusing stages, it probably was that exact one when I was playing the first Rave Racer. It was a long time ago though. I cannot remember. Are we actually going to finish? Oh my god! Oh my god! Nice. Did we get 4th or 5th on that? Yeah, 4th. We just snuck in. That is the first time I finished the race so far. This game is fucking hard. Hey, it's progress. It's not a first place yet, but we might get there soon. Thank you, Shanahan. Thanks a lot. Well, that was fun. We'll consider that a small victory, I suppose. A must be easy difficulty. Yeah, it must be going. It's kind of bizarre. Let's try City again. It's a bizarre way to list difficulties, but I suppose it makes some degree of sense. Okay, so we're back in the city now. Let's see how we can do on this one with our new yellow friend. Vroom vroom, man, talk good. Yeah, thank you, Picky. Nice of you to say. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day, my pink friend. What are we doing here? Right. I should have drifted there. Your compliment threw me for a loop, I'm afraid. Let's go, let's go. Okay. And drift! Nice. Okay, and... Come on. And drift! My head is in the race. Come on. Okay, let's see. Doing okay. Try and keep it up. Yahoo! The excerpts from the commentary team are very enthusiastic. It's bizarre that this one has kind of a guy and a girl. Normally it is just a girl. It's like a team this time. Come on. I thought I got in front of him, but he's very sneaky, this guy. A lot of racing ahead. Oh man. This is the problem with being on automatic. It's you can lose your speed very easily. Alright, come on. There's still a little bit of track left. Come on. Okay, and do the drift here. That was alright. Nice. But he's still getting in front of me. Damn. For the easiest difficulty, this is still pretty tricky. Namco were not messing around back in 1995. There's like a hard wall between 5th place and everything else. Right, drift! Okay, not bad, not bad. Keep it going, keep it going. Drifter, drifter! Ah. This guy's trying to bump into me. At least I'm going to finish again. So, I don't know, the car AI doesn't seem all that different, but the time limit is definitely more generous here. So again, I managed to actually finish the race, so that is a small accomplishment, I think. At least it is in terms of how the stream has gone so far. It's an interesting colour scheme on this car with the big Galaxians logo just slapped on the bonnet there. Or Gap, whatever that says. Alright, let me just turn my fan on quickly. I'm sweating a bit here. Action is too intense. Alright, so let's continue. I think try manual one more time. And we'll go back to the short course. I want that first place. I cannot possibly end this stream without getting first place once. Alright, come on, come on, let's go. Slight stall. My god. That's more than a fucking slight stall. Jesus, can I catch up at all? These guys have left me behind. Okay, okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Man, where are these dudes? I do find my starting off is always much worse in manual. Going up the gears and all that. I don't know what it is about this particular version of Ridge Racer, but I just struggle with it. Normally I don't struggle at all. In fact, yeah, for R4 and the other games I always play in manual. But obviously we're not on a new engine here. So there will be slight differences. Okay, we're finally ready to start passing people. So here's the first two. And drift. Not bad, not bad. Good. The Ridge Racer girls they go with usually sound a lot sexier than this one. She's a little nasally, a little annoying. Come on, drive a smart race! I appreciate her enthusiasm there. It's nice to have something different once in a while. Okay, there's a dude. Let's catch up. Alright, that is 8th place secured. Last lap already. Okay, no bump this time. Oh, a little bit, little bit. Okay, there's a guy, there's a guy. So depending on the version of this you found, that you may have had to race more than 3 laps. I think that's another setting you can change in the options. You can have, you know. Sometimes the options for me kind of freaks out and I get a 12-lap race, which I think is just way too much for a Ridge Racer. But you can do it if you really want to. Right, there's 6th place. Can we catch up with the rest? Cool, cool. There's the finish. Looks like it's going to be a 6th place. Well, I'm not making great progress here, so let's try a different car. We've still got a few left to look at. Ba, ba, ba. I doing? Here we go again. What else can we have? So this is number 6, the yellow. We've not had number 7 yet. We've not had green yet. I'm curious about green, considering it's the last ranked one. So everything else is fine. I wonder if I could do better with a 4th lap added. I might just try that just for shits and giggles. It's given me the option, so why not? One more lap to catch up with people. Then can I finally secure my first place? The rest is his standard stuff, it seems. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. We put our faith in the green car. Good question, Teddy. I have no idea. I've yet to see the E. I suppose some of the music sounds like it was produced while under the influence of some ecstasy, but so far I've not been given a free tablet. We're just doing a standard Ridge Racer experience where I am sucking pretty badly. A little bit more than usual. I normally do well for Ridge Racer, but this game is obviously on a new engine, so we're checking it out. But yes, welcome. So we're trying out this new green car that I'm hoping will be slightly better than what we've been using. Okay, we'll go in front of him. It's a bizarrely named game. I suppose they were all kind of weird. You had Ridge Racer, then Ridge Racer 2, and then it just went completely off the rails. Then it was, you know, Rave Racer, Rage Racer, Type 4. It wasn't until 5 that they eventually got back to a standard, you know, a standard deal. Oh, and thank you for continuing your gift sub. Never going to give you up. I don't know if that renews automatically or if you're here. I have no idea, but I'll give you a shout out anyway because you're a great guy. Thank you. Yes, it is time to it is that time of the month where subs and whatnot do their thing. That was you. Ah, good. Thank you and welcome. Yes, it is around that time, isn't it? It was a month ago that I kind of did my affiliate deal, and the initial few subs got going. Oh, don't apologise. No, you're perfectly fine. It's good to have you as always. Yes, it is a much earlier time slot for me, so it is a very strange day. Okay, cool. Let's go. With my twin here. Ah, shit. When you nudge the corner there, it does take quite a bit of your speed off. I bet it did, yeah. This was originally my slot for my collaboration with Mr. Power Nelson, but of course, since that is now pushed to Wednesday due to his superhero issues, I've now filled the slot with this, so I can still do something with all my pent-up energy and whatnot. No, don't worry, it's okay. You have no obligation to be here on time every time and all that. Don't worry. But yeah, thank you anyway. Still, I'm glad to be finally playing this game. Even if it is kind of kicking my ass right now. It's nice to... oh my god, I love how the cars just phase through you there when you run out of time. You're essentially invisible. I don't care very much for the green car, if I'm being honest. I guess we can try it one more time. In manual, why not? Alright, let's try Ridge Racer Long. I think you guys have seen the same stages enough times. Okay, here we go again. So of course this is the long stage from the original Ridge Racer, which I've played before, which I couldn't beat, of course. And the good thing about this, at least, is that drifting and everything works a bit better because it's on a new engine that is improved and whatnot. But my god, yeah. I always, traditionally, with Ridge Racers, I beat the first two stages after much deliberation, after much struggle, and then I could never beat the last stage. With this one, I've only been able to get, I think, third place in the first stage. It has that arcade difficulty, unfortunately. Okay, and... okay. I remember this turn. Could never forget a turn like that. Nice. And this stage was something else when I was playing it. Just like really high spec stuff. It's easier here, but it's still pretty tough. Can I make the checkpoint? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, just barely. So I was saying earlier, I may pop back up around 9 PM at my usual time and do something then, since this probably won't be a long one. But I did want to put something in this slot. I'll probably play something cool and nostalgic for another hour or so, come 9. So yeah, I like my after dark time slot. I'm streaming and it's still daylight outside. It is abhorrent. It feels all wrong. But it's good once in a while. I know not everybody is around at all times. Let's do Taz mission again, and fuck it, do long again. Why not? Well, I can think of a good few reasons why not, but for some reason I want to try it again. And stalled! Stalls! Oh my god. Ah, fuck it. Let's change cars. I hate this car. Green hate. Alright, we are changing to blue. Let's go back to default car. I have not actually used it on the stream yet. I thought it'd be good to start with red, which is the traditional Ridge Racer car. And let's put it back to 3. I was wondering if 4 laps might be easier. It's not. Green car won't be our hero, that's for sure. I've already tried the banana car before you ask. The banana car is also not our hero, although he's good. Like, he is good in this game. I might go back to him. He's probably the best one I've played so far, but I have not yet played all of them. Alright, so let's go. Okay, back to Ridge Racer Short with our new car. My god, it is a real challenge not to stall. I think the sensitivity is just a little too high or something. Okay, let's go, let's go. I don't know what the relevance of Dorota is. I assume it's just a random word they picked. Doesn't sound like a Namco game to me. Okay, okay, there's a guy. We are catching up. And drift. Oh, I didn't hit the corner that time. There's a first time for everything, huh? Perhaps Blue can be our hero after all. Okay. Doing okay. My god. Look at these guys. They cannot handle the speed of Blue. And even the announcer's telling me it's a new record. That's great. Been paying close attention to my abhorrent plays so far. Right, come on, Red. Out of the way. Thank you, thank you. Here's 6. Oh, did hit the corner that time. Oh, come on, come on. Don't go too far ahead of me. Give me a chance. Okay, here we go, here we go. Cool, cool. And let's get in front of the yellow as well. Okay, 4th place. Good, good. Actually doing alright with Blue. I don't believe it. And drift. Don't hit anything. Come on, come on, come on. Try and cut in here. Smurf car is doing great. Yes, exactly. Come on, come on, come on. Don't hit it, don't hit it. Alright, we're okay, I think. Come on, no, 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 no. Come on, Smurf car. Full speed ahead. Right, second. Come on. Ah. If only there was a bit more track. Still, 2nd place. Best I've done so far. Alright, we gotta stick with Smurf car, I think. This is our guy. Yeah, new record. You know things are bad when 2nd place is a new record. Alright. Let's go City. Mix it up a bit. Okay, here we go again. See what we can do here with our new friend Smurf car. This is the default car, which is weird, but I spent so much time playing this earlier and just trying to get the controls to work that I already had fiddled a bit and decided to start with red car. But hey, I can see why it's the default. It actually plays pretty well. It's pretty fast. Okay, okay. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh. Almost blocked? Not quite. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Neck and neck. Cannot let him get away with that. Okay, now we're ahead. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Into the tunnel, the classic Rave Racer tunnel, all yellow. Nice. Okay. The drifting does feel so much better in this game compared to the first two. Like, you don't spin out at the end like you tend to so often in Ridge Racer 1 and 2. You can still fuck it up, of course. You can still hit things, but there's more control. And like, this is a completely GIMP setup I've got. I'm on like I've got like main controls with sensitivity I set myself with all hooked up to a Namco Negcon, going through an adapter. Like, this is completely GIMP, so like this would have played great in the arcade, I'm sure, if it even that can shine through in my particular messed up setup. And yeah, I think this is kind of sort of, it plays more like R4, I'd say, and the later Ridge Racers. I think Rage Racer is still a little twitchy, but yeah, this feels pretty smooth, even though it still looks quite similar to the first two in terms of overall presentation and whatnot. Come on, come on. Looks like we're going to make the finish, but it's going to be 4th place, maybe 3rd, maybe 3rd. Ah, 3rd place. There we go. I can feel, yeah, it's similar with Less of the Jank. That's exactly it. It is. It's just like they took the assets from the first two. They took a bunch of stages and made some new stages as well, and essentially just, you know, removed the jank. They just upgraded everything, made it play smoother. It's less sensitive. Things have a bit more, you know, a bit more depth to them. You know, pressing the gas and pressing the brake and stuff like that. All right, let's try short again. So yeah, overall a good improvement. Just a shame it has no, you know, no real console equivalent. Because the console games, I think the hardware was still a bit too behind to do a proper translation of this kind of, you know, smoother presentation and the jank removal and all that. Because yeah, Rage Racer comes after this, granted not long after, and that is still pretty jank. So, although it's less jank than the first two, definitely. So it's good. Just, you know, it is what it is. PS1 games have a tendency to veer towards jankness. The only one that gets away from it completely is the legendary R4, in my opinion. And that demo that comes with R4 as well, of the first Ridge Racer on the R4 engine, that plays really well too. It's a shame that couldn't be a proper game, you know? It couldn't be a proper version of it that had lots of races and stuff like that. Obviously it like ran at 60 FPS and all that, just as a kind of a showcase for what they were able to do with the hardware. But yeah, if they literally remade Ridge Racer 1 from the ground up with the R4 engine, it would have played great. So they got there eventually. But jank is something that you do not shake off in a day, you know. Okay, so far so good. Got to secure that first place and not hit corners so much. Okay, there's 6th, and do a twist and drifter. Cool. And let's see, where are we at? Greetings, Congo. Good to see you. I'm quite enjoying it. I'd say I've only really just got good at it at a acceptable level, really. The trick with this one is that it's an upgraded version of the first two Ridge Racers with lots of the stages and stuff like that from them, and the control scheme and the physics and everything are quite a bit different. So there's a bit of a learning process, but it's fun. I've been enjoying playing it. Right, there's a drift. Third place has been secured. Let's go, let's go. Oh no. The finish line always sneaks up on me. I thought there was more track left. Oh well, third place is okay. Let's try again. At least the car's good. And yes, Congo, we've been going through all the cars and seeing which one controls the best. And hello, Spaghetti. Good to see you too. Hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a good day. So let us try short again. One more time. I'll subject you to one more attempt of the short course. Yes, I have watched Talladega Nights back in the day. Yes, I completely agree. Yes, an absolutely stellar movie. It was really big when it came out over here. Of course. Yes. There's still a few racing movies I need to watch though, for sure. I do get recommendations on here quite a bit. Like the anime movie Red Line. It's apparently very good as well. Which I still have on my backlog. I will get to it soon. But yes, Talladega Nights I've seen loads of times. Tremendous film. And just a really good like entry point as well into exactly Spaghetti. Really good entry point into like racing culture and stuff like that as well. Speed Racer 2008. Interesting. I've seen a bit of Speed Racer, a bit of the original series, in fact, from the 60s. But yeah, I'm sure the 2008 version is very good. The original is very amusing to watch now. He is just like a complete sociopath. Nothing affects him. It's tremendous. Directors of Matrix. Cool. Oh, I see. That sounds really good. I'll have to check that out too. Thank you. They always do good work. Well, for the most part. I can imagine a driving film being done by those two would be quite intense. So I'll have to check it out for sure. I think it's probably just the whole reputation behind live action anime adaptations probably just led to me not watching it. But I'll have to put that aside. I didn't. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure Vin Diesel might like to collab with me sometime. He has his nerdy side. Why wouldn't he be into VTubers? That would be great. Oh wow! Excellent. Sounds good. And Spaghetti, I didn't in fact go through the wall. The wall went through me because this is being played on an emulator that has some issues with rendering, and it rendered the wall out of existence briefly. But that's okay because it plays okay. By Hot Wheels. I see. Excellent. Oh, it looks like it's going to be 4th place. My God. Not great. I think there are still more cars that I haven't looked at yet, so that could be something to look at. But yeah, that model sounds great. Enjoy the shots of the girl here as I head into options again. As I mentioned earlier, this game has... Oh yes, very good view, exactly. Shiny butt leather. The sad thing about this girl is she has no name. As long as you don't have epilepsy yet, this is not the game for you. Those demo sequences get pretty intense. It is Rave Racer after all. They want to give you the rave experience. But yeah, the mascot for this game, the idol, I suppose, only ever appeared in this one, and nobody knows what her name is. The search is on. Nobody in Namco can tell you what this girl was called, because they came up with a name during development and then they forgot. Because it's never got a home port with a manual or anything. It's just a mystery. We'll just have to call her a mystery leather waifu. Maybe she's the namesake Racer Rave. Rave! Not bad, it fits her. Rave-chan. Let's go with it. Okay, so we'll check out the red car number 7, which we have yet to play. Hopefully this will be a beefy car. Such a waste, isn't it? What a great outfit it is. Yeah, Rave-chan seems good. So in Rave Racer, which I played before a little while ago, they basically gave Rave-chan's outfit to was it Reimu? I think no Reimu. That's Toho, isn't it? What's her name? Reiko, who is the girl in that one, and in many Ridge Racers to come. Come on, a bit of acceleration, please, red car. Oh my god, this guy is really struggling. Right, but yeah, she kind of adopts the sort of gothic look at that point for Rage Racer. But the girl who adorned it originally is lost to time, unfortunately. Known only to people that played this game. At least he drifts pretty well. Not a complete loss. But yes, red car is perhaps not our guy with that abysmal start. Let's see what we can do. Big drift. Okay, we're finally catching up to people. At least at the point that we can see them. So let's do that. Oh yes, pass our twin here. And the yellow. I want to go back to the yellow soon as well. He drove pretty well, but it wasn't well enough for me to pass, but that was early days. I might be good enough to do it now. For those keeping track, I've still not scored a single first place on this game. But I hope to before the end. What I find with the red car here is that his high gear is not very useful because he rarely goes fast enough for it to warrant using it. Perhaps best to stay in 5th for the most part and only occasionally go up to 6th. So yeah, for some of the people that have arrived recently, I mentioned this earlier, but this game is peculiar because you have to go into the admin settings, or the arcade owner settings, so to speak, to change the car, because they really wanted to sell multiple cabinets of this, and they wanted you to essentially buy four Rave Racer cabinets and put them in a row, and that way each cabinet can have its own car. That's the intended use of this game, which is why it's the only Ridge Racer with no car select. Very bizarre indeed. But hey, I mean, having 8 cabinets in a row is pretty cool, if your arcade can spare that much space. There was no console port, Territory. Yes, that is the most peculiar thing about this game. This is arcade exclusive to this day. There has still not been a port to anything. And bizarrely enough, one was planned. It was planned to release on the PlayStation. This would have been 96, I imagine, because this came out tail end of 95, and obviously the first Ridge Racer came out in 95 on the PS1. So I imagine like 96, 97 this would have came out. But the problem with it, I suppose, is that it kind of has a lot of recycled content, because it is essentially just a Ridge Racer expansion pack. So obviously Namco didn't feel good. Well, I don't know. I can't say for sure because it was planned to come out and something got in the way. But yeah, the plan for the plan was to put it out, and I'm guessing it was scrapped because they wanted to put out a game with nothing but new content, which obviously ended up being Rave Racer, which I've played before just a couple weeks ago. And yeah, it's kind of a bummer because this does have new things going for it. It has an entirely new soundtrack, it has a new girl, it has 2 new tracks that were sort of adapted into Rave Racer tracks. So, like, I think there would have been enough. You know, they could have sold it half price or something at the very least. But yeah, it was planned for a PlayStation release and a PC release, bizarrely. It was supposed to be like showing off 3DFX graphics cards or something. They wanted to have something really impressive. So let's go back to the long stage, just for the hell of it. I don't like this car very much, but I guess we'll play at least one more stage with it. It's the least we could do for him. Oh no. This is of course the legendary long course from the first Ridge Racer, which I haven't done very well on historically, but yeah, we'll give it one more try. And then, after this, we'll pick another car and then we'll check out the last course, the mountain course. Past green. Doing a little better with red this time, at least we didn't stall at the beginning. That's what really messed us up last time. Yes, as I was saying earlier, like the soundtrack is very much akin to the first 2 Ridge Racers as well. Very, very techno, very early 90s. And, you know, specifically, the soundtrack is the one thing from this game that got a release commercially, in terms of, you know, actual physical media. Which shows you how many enthusiasts of Ridge Racer music there were back then, where people would rush out to buy the music from the game, but the game itself never even got home. But it was kind of the golden age of arcades, you know, so you could probably do that. So yes, the soundtrack for this is available on the internet and elsewhere, but the game itself is something you have to emulate to play. I'd say it's worth playing. It's kind of an in-between game. Not as good as, you know, I was going to say not as good as Rage Racer, maybe about on par with it. I suppose they're pretty similar in a lot of ways. They share courses and all that. Definitely not as good as R4. Not as iconic as the first 2, but not necessarily worse. So yeah, altogether, I'd say if you're going to play all the Ridge Racers, you shouldn't pass on this one. You should at least give it a go. And that's why I wanted to, you know. That's why I went through all this hassle just to play it one time. And there we go. Did not quite meet the checkpoint that time. Pulled off 1 lap. I mean, this is a hard stage. Alright, so I want to go back to the yellow car. There we go. The Steel Gunner car. Okay. Well, let's go to the mountain. I'm not going to be able to beat this, but let's do it anyway. Oh my god, slight stall there. This is one of the 2 new courses for this game. And it was adapted into a course for Rage Racer that looks similar, but not exactly the same. Oh my god, this has a big drop there. I just narrowly avoided it. And drift. Oh, into the rock. This is a bit messy, but we're just about keeping going. Nice. Another nice tunnel. Can always rely on these. Alright, come on, come on. It's the first time I think I've seen cars, like cows and stuff in a Ridge Racer game. I was about to say cars, definitely not the first time I've seen cars in a Ridge Racer game. I was just thinking that, yeah, exactly. Oh my god, yeah. There we go, I've officially fallen down the cliff. So much for my progress. Yeah, I was just thinking that exact thing, Never Gonna Give You Up. Like, oh my god. The course in Rave Racer is not actually as interesting as this one. I don't think it has the big drop, the big height drop, and I don't think it has the farm animals and stuff either. So it's actually pretty cool, pretty different for Ridge Racer. And hello, Elliot. Good to see you. We are in fact Drift King right now. We are drifting all over the place. Thank you for joining us in this trek across these pixelated lands. Okay, okay. We may have messed up a little too much here. Can we make it through one more checkpoint? Alright, didn't make it. I want to try that one again. I like it. And I think we can do a little better if we just don't fall off the cliff. That's the key. Alright. Maybe try manual as well. Why the hell not? Let's go. Okay, get up the hill. Up the hill, up the hill. Okay. Alright, let's go. Drift, drift, drift. No, 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 no! Immediate fall to the cliff. Well, at least it's early. Let's try and catch up. Okay, okay. There's a dude. Okay, so we haven't fallen that behind. We're still in the race at least. Oh man, this is drift mania right here. Come on, come on, come on. Right, sixth. Through the tunnel. And again. Oh man, how is this guy catching up? Come on, come on, come on. They don't call it professional for no reason, clearly. Oh, that's a fucking time limit too. Alright, okay at the moment. You need to have your drift ready and waiting to go as soon as you pass the checkpoint there, unfortunately. I did not have it ready. Oh, there he is. So you can see how the course sort of goes around on itself here. Every single time, yep. I never learn. This is not going to be the run. Alright, well let's take our yellow friend to course 1. Maybe we can at least get our first there finally. And back to the butt. Alright. Here we go. If we can't get it at this point, when can we get it? How much more get good could one person achieve? Probably a lot more, I'd hazard to guess. Okay. So we'll take it nice and slow to start with. Well, slowish. Then we'll get aggressive momentarily. Okay, okay. Go! In front, in front. Okay. Let's see, let's see. What have we got? Guy nudging me, that's great. We have pulled off second so far, but that was in another car, so if yellow car has it in him, we might be able to get the first. But we'll see. We're at least keeping up with the pack. That's always a good sign. Okay, cool. 6th place has been secured. How much further can we go? Speaking of home ports, if this thing had come out, I imagine it would have been really cool to do that PlayStation link-up deal that you could do. I know the Destruction Derby games and a couple of others, Wipeout and stuff like that, all had that as kind of their 2-player modes. I imagine when they were working on this port that never came out, the idea was probably to advertise the PS1 adapters that you could hook up the consoles and, you know, essentially promise an arcade experience where you can hook up 8 PS1s and have everybody playing on 8 different televisions. Would have been pretty damn cool, if not a bit impractical. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that power bill, powering those 8 CRTs and PS1s back in 1996. Very impractical indeed, Attenbotto, and welcome. It is. It's just something that, like, back then everybody was so impressed with the technology, you know, that they could actually do all these things. Looks like it's going to be another 3rd place. Not too bad, but yeah, like exactly, yeah. Split screen multiplayer was already really cool, of course, and there were certain games that supported that kind of thing, you know, link ups and whatnot. And obviously you had like LAN parties and stuff like that with Doom and other games and Unreal Tournament, and like there was a real culture back then of just like shoving as many screens in a room as possible, but it never quite took off for the console market. So there was like a brief period of time where console games were considering getting that kind of thing going with all these games that could be linked up. And I imagine that's probably part of the reason why they scrapped this one, because if they couldn't really advertise it as, you know, 8-player mayhem, then it probably it wasn't really going to stand out all too much. And that's how they advertised it in the arcade. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's take on Ridge Racer Long one more time. Just for the hell of it. And I think I'll probably wrap this up after this one. It's a fun game to look at. I don't know if I can get my first that I normally get there. The music's really good as well, really bizarre, you know, Ridge Racer personality. Again, came very close to hitting one of those beachgoers there. It happens sometimes. Man, I don't know what the hell he's saying, but it sounds so cool. Alright, come on. Across. Not bad. Very aggressive drivers though, bumping into me and all that. One thing I will say on this new engine that isn't much improved from the first two is crashing physics and stuff like that. They still just kind of bounce off you carelessly, you know, and there's no real feeling of collisions or anything like that. Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier, Attenborough. This game is the soundtrack is nothing but samples you've heard everywhere. Like I'll be listening to this and I'll think, oh yeah, I heard that one in Tekken. Oh yeah, I heard that one in Rayman. Oh yeah. Oh, that was in Buster Groove. Oh yeah. Everybody was using the same samples back in the day. And yeah, Sega do as well, absolutely. They had one CD that like the entire industry was just going through. I can't believe I've actually finished 2 laps of this one so far. Pretty good. Something of an improvement, but you know, not quite enough to finish, I don't think. But like I'm handling the long Ridge Racer course better than I was in the actual Ridge Racer. So the physics have improved enough that it makes a big difference, you know. I'm not like when I'd be playing that on the original Ridge Racer, I'd hit the wall every time. It was literally a lost cause. I mean, this was kind of a lost cause as well, in a sense. But yeah, it was cool. I like this game. Worth checking out if you have the means to. Just kind of a weird obscurity, you know. It's like Ridge Racer 2.5. But yes, that's it for this section of today's action. I'll take you into the hall briefly and give you the scoop on what's coming. Let's go. Right. Hello everybody. So let's talk about today. So I took this early slot for the sake of doing something in the slot that I had originally had with Power Nelson in my collaboration that has now been pushed forward to Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing something later. Later on, in my usual 9 PM slot, I'm going to be playing another game. I think I'm just going to play something nostalgic and fun. So I'm pulling this out of my ass. I'm going to play Super Mario Kart 64. I'm going to beat every stage in Mario Kart 64. Because I played it a lot as a kid, and I think I can. I'm not going to play the Super Nintendo one. I almost said that, but yeah, I'm not going to play the Super Nintendo one because I kind of suck at that. But I think I'm pretty good at 64. So I'm going to play Mario Kart 64 for a couple hours later on. Or maybe just 1 hour. Depends how much I get my ass kicked. And I'll be back at 9 PM to do that. And at the end of that stream, I'll reveal my schedule for what's coming next week. So 2 streams in 1 day. It's a first for me. I'm just going to try it because I want to do something. I've got fuck all to do at home on this boring day. So let's try it. So, if you guys will be kind enough to join me at 9 PM, we'll play some Mario Kart. More Spike, yes, Attenborough, yes, that's the attitude. Nothing but Mario, exactly. It's the first Mario game I've played, I think. I really like 64. It's one of my favourites. So, we're going to check it out. In the meantime, if you guys know of anybody that would like some... Oh, yeah, see you later, Spaghetti. Yes, I'd be happy to have you again. If you guys know of anybody that would appreciate a small raid from a bunch of racers, then please do suggest me somebody. And you're very welcome, Congo. My gratitude for your attendance. It's always good having you around. Arthur, yes! Let us go and visit the the fellow with the pointy ears and the great taste in retro games. Let me see if I can remember. The Maroon Man, yes. You're very welcome, Elliot. Have I ever thought of pasta redeems? Yes, I'll see you in a bit. Hold on. Before we go, what the hell was a pasta redeem? Please tell me more, Mr. Pig. Mr. Maroon 5. Indeed. Oh, a copy pasta redeem. Oh, I see. Thank you for clearing that up. Oh, some copy pastas. Oh, yeah, good idea. I'd like to do that. Yeah, that'd be fun. I will add one for you later. probably between the streams, if I can remember to, and read them in Cockney mode. Combine all the redeems together. That could be fun. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. I'll add a copy pasta redeem. Thank you, Pig. Good shout. I've seen other streamers do those and have quite funny moments, so I will add one. Thank you. All right. So let me see if I can remember Arthur's deal here. I believe it's Arthur Abbott. Is it _CH? Let me see if that comes up with anything. Nope, it doesn't. Help. I'll just open up a browser. Give me 1 second. The maroon man will wait patiently. Oh, there's no underscore. Oh, I see. Thank you. I almost had it. Almost. And it's a VT, not a CH. Oh my goodness. That is why I'm glad I have an AD, because nobody else does. You cannot possibly confuse it. That should work this time. What? Unrecognized command? Yes, the strongest suffix. I agree, Congo. Thank you. Hold on, I messed it up slightly there. Let me just do that. Yes, that dash raid. I don't know what I did wrong. It just came up with too many VTuber chans, not enough kuns. Exactly. Alright, that has gone through this time. Alright, thank you for everybody's help. Much appreciated. Okay, so the raid message, if you choose to accept it, is it's coming. Let me just get my emoji ready. Rave Raiders. It is often a pun on the game we're playing. So if you have the mini spike, please use him. If you don't, use whatever you want. Just make a scene. Just make noise. I'll send you to Arthur right now. Hopefully, I will see some of you later. Until then, farewell.